Hey everyone, it's G.A. Alexander, your host for this ridiculous YouTube show that I never make. We are in our last few days of the Keepsakes Kickstarter. We are sitting currently at 238% funded, which makes basically puts us at almost $1,200. If we get to 1,500, we're not going to have any ads in the standard version, which will be really, really cool. We are, 69 hours to go, which is very nice. And Magpie is here. You can probably hear her purring, but here is the evidence of Mag. There she is. Not a lot going on aside from that. I've been busy, stressed out for various reasons over the past few days, but everything's looking good. As soon as this goes through, I'm going to start ordering the various versions of this. I think we're just going to go with ka-blam printing because I really like the proof. The only problem I had was this little... There's like a little fold on the front, and from what I understand, these are not standard. That might have just been what happened in shipping, because I literally ordered one thing. It came in an envelope. I think if it's, one of many, it'll be, they'll all be pressing down on each other, and it'll be a little less goofy. But yeah, once again, the printing quality is beautiful. I really like it. It's more than I could have ever asked for, and it feels so good. Like, hold a thing that you conceived, you worked with people to create, and now it's here. It's a real thing. It's not like an ephemera. It's not, I guess it is ephemera. It's not a fake thing on a computer screen, and I really like that. It feels real. It feels like thick and tactile and beautiful, and I really love having that. Yeah, if you are also a comics creator and you have your own story about the first time you held something in your hand that you created, tell me that story. I'm curious if other people have that same reaction to the first thing you ever made, and does it continue, or do you have, when your first graphic novel, do you have that all over again? Your first time working with, an artist you've idolized for most of your life. Yeah, tell me that. Comments are down there. I don't really get a lot of comments on this channel. If you, if you want to shoot me a comment down there, I'm really happy to converse with you folks. As much, sort of strapped for time in my personal life right now, but I'll try to keep up as much as possible. I am a full-time employee, a part-time student. I'm also writing. I'm also trying to draw. I am a husband. I am a cat dad. I'm trying to do a lot of things and balance a lot of plates right now, but I am really, I'm really interested in talking to you folks. So if you like the channel, if you have any stories or anything about, your first comic, if you're just a comic reader, tell me about, the first comic you really cared about. I'm really interested to hear that. Yeah, so I'll have a link to the Kickstarter below. I'll have a link to the new mailing list, which I've set up, also below. I just sent out the first message to that yesterday, which, talking a little bit about keepsakes, a little bit about process, a little bit about plans for the future, kind of juggling two different projects right now. One of which is cyberpunky, and the other one, which is a bit more like gothic horror. And I'm really interested in kind of hearing what people think they'd like to see from me. And then, it's kind of a lot of thoughts about things I've been into lately, and a little bit of talk about stuff I'm reading, stuff I'm listening to, and then in the future I'll probably talk a little bit about horror movies and movies in general. I'm not really much of a cultural critic kind of person. I'm more of a I like what I like, and here's the thing that I like kind of person. So I think it'll be mostly me talking like, here's a thing that exists, isn't it cool, rather than, you know, critical social dissections. I find all that stuff a little bit stuffy and dorky. But yeah, if you want to hear my ramblings, subscribe to this channel. If you want to read my ramblings, subscribe to that mailing list. Yeah, if you're interested in horror stories, I promise you that Keepsakes will probably be up your alley. And I really hope that if you do back us, you really love the product that we put out, because we put a lot of work into it, and it's been a real labor of love. There'll probably be a couple more of these videos as the campaign goes on. I know that I think he's supposed to do the big push in the last few days, so this is my attempt at trying to do the big push. So yeah, please back Keepsakes on Kickstarter. And thank you. I thank you. Magpie Light thanks you, and have a good day.